Okay, in this video we're going to do two things. We're going to introduce the break command, which allows you to exit a loop under certain conditions, and we're also going to show you how to do a do-while loop in Python. Now, Python doesn't actually have a do-while loop, so we're going to use a trick to effectively make a do-while loop. So let's go ahead and get started defining a couple of integer variables. I'm going to create an index and a sum. And now we're going to start a while loop, and I'm going to say while true. So at first glance, we have a while loop that will always execute, but we're going to see how to fix that in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and change the value of the sum here just to do something in our while loop, and then we're going to increment the index. And now we're going to print out the sum. And then I'm going to put an if statement here, which will give us our exit condition from the while loop. So I'm going to say if index is greater than 20, break. So this command break will cause us to exit the loop, and we'll put down here exiting loop. So it'll print that exiting loop statement when the break command is encountered. Now, why does this work like a do-while loop? Well, a do-while loop comes in and executes the code and then checks the condition for termination. And that's exactly what happens here. So we encounter while true, which is always true. So we always execute this code. And then at the very end, we check the condition for termination. And so we can run this, and we can see that it runs the appropriate number of times and says executing loop. Now, we can use a break command in other contexts. So let's say for I in range 7. So we're creating a for loop here. And we'll go ahead and say sum equals sum plus I. So we could put a similar statement here. We could say if sum, let's see what was sum there, it was 210. So let's say if sum is greater than 300, print reached max, break. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that, and it's not working, so hold on a second. What did we do wrong? Let's put a print statement to see if it's going in the loop. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I need to... Here's what happened. I need to change the value of sum, so let's just say sum is 296. Okay, so it reaches the max and breaks out of the loop. So that's what the break statement is useful for. If you have a condition where you need to exit a loop, it can be any kind of loop, for loop, while loop, or you can also put it in if statements. So if you have a certain condition in your if statement where you don't want to continue executing the code, you can say break to exit the block of code.